The wait is finally over as the fight for the Featherweight World Championship is right before our eyes. I can't believe we're here now. The final boss of Hajime no Ippo is fighting our favorite tiger. And what better way to start this chapter than with a Takamura scene? Takamura and Date are practicing something. It's a choreography for the commentary. The announcer says, "Ome," and as if they're doing a fusion, Date and Takamura say, "Ga," at the same time. And then the commentator goes nuts and says, "Here to confront him is the Nani wa Tai." Takamura and Date complete his sentence and raise their arms like a tiger. They're straight up practicing a performance for the show later. The commentator says, "You were off again. That won't do. Lock in already." They look frustrated, and then they shout at him. Takamura says, "How many times do you want us to do this, asshole?" He insists and says it'll get everyone fired up. This is Kansai. Vibes are important, man. Vibes. Bro is serious about his craft. Takamura sees it the same way and even agrees with him. As a flashy champion, he knows how important vibes are for people. Date has enough of this. Then the commentator goes crazy again and shouts, "The Nani wa Tai?" Takamura is so locked in that he shouts like a maniac. Bro, what is this? Someone get me a job like this too. I would go ham in that arena. Date keeps complaining to the commentator as Takamura practices the tiger routine himself. Hajime no Ippo is just funny on a different level, man. And now the crowds are gathering. We finally see Ippo in front of the arena. It's the absolute peak of summer and the heat is blazing away. The commentator shouts, "No matter how you slice it, tonight you're gonna sweat." The arena is brimming and rumbling with energy. A forest fire has nothing on this storm of flames. We are in for a battle of the highest magnitude. At the vending machine, Ippo walks past Takamura and Date as they were getting drinks. They look like proper colleagues during break. Date says he was called in as a commentator because he is the only Japanese who had crossed fists with Ricardo. As Takamura takes a sip, he says, "And some grandpa who got his ass handed to him wasn't enough. So they also called the strongest man in the universe. I'm here to give everyone commentary from the mouth of the gods." Bro isn't even saying the strongest on the planet. He's stronger than even aliens who can time travel. Date says, "The fuck you say?" And they go at it. Why does Takamura have the audacity to say it as well? He took shots first, bro. Ippo tries to stop them, and they square off like gorillas. They even have their feet positioned for a fight. Their lead legs are almost crossing over each other. It looks like a fight in the pocket is about to erupt. Miyata appears from the crowd and says, "Stop it." They leave together to buy drinks and Date says, "Those two are friends now?" To me, it looks like they will never fight in the pro ring, to be honest. Get ready for Miyata to move up in weight soon. The boxing baddie Mari joins Ippo and Miyata and says she's lucky to be sitting next to them. Then she says Ippo bought too many drinks. The fight might be over in a flash. Watch Ippo go take a piss during the final round. Ippo says he can't even imagine the fight ending quickly. Is this foreshadowing that the fight will last until the end of 2025? And finally, he's asking about the anti-Ricardo strategy Miyata was talking about. He immediately reveals it. When Ippo and Sendo were sparring, Sendo pulled his punches mid-swing. Ippo calls it a feint, but Miyata says it wasn't a feint. It was just a whim. Now what does he mean? When Sendo threw out his right hand and felt it wouldn't land, he just switched it up. And that let his left hand land. But you never know what to do because the accuracy of those whims is super high. It's his wild instincts. Then Miyata says when he sparred Sendo for the world title match preparation, he fought strategically and used his head, which is why it was so easy to beat him. Remember what I said in my last video? Sendo just isn't someone who's using his head. It's not his style. He has to fight on pure instincts. Mari says conventionally speaking, Miyata has the advantage. Miyata adds that Ricardo won't even be a comparison. He will see through any strategy or plan. But maybe it was something in Sendo's private life, or maybe because Ippo showed up. He's returning back to his original wildness. Mari makes a fair point. She says that Ricardo already has an anti-wild strategy. And in my last video I talked about the Wally fight, which was a preparation for Sendo. Miyata says they're both wild but they're different types. That's one of the things that undermines Ricardo's insane perception. Ippo says I get it. Wally is a primate. First of all, calm down, Ippo. And Sendo is a carnivore. This panel goes insanely hard. Sendo looks like he's ready to bite Ricardo's head off and then die himself. But I'ma be real with y'all here. This chapter confirms that Sendo is completely and utterly cooked. What type of strategy is that? He's returning to his wildness? What do you mean return? He never fought without the wildness anyway. And I'm not accepting that wing stuff as the anti-Ricardo strategy. I still think that he will use forearm shots to make Ricardo's arms numb. That wild style won't fly with Ricardo at all. I hope we at least see Ricardo on his ass once before Sendo's bones get pulverized like protein powder. Sendo is suffering, it's clear. The impending death of his grandma has given him a load of emotions that's too much to handle. He wants to put all of his power away in a single big bang. That's why he'll cause more damage, but also why the counter damage will be much bigger. Next week will be bone-numbing wildness. Get ready for war.